Alrighty, welcome back. Getting into game number 2, TVP on Invader. Spawning here in the top left in red from LiT eSports. This is excloud. And his opponent in the top right in orange from LiT or from BornGo, excuse me. This is Zilifrom. I think I have. Okay. It's really weird. I'm so used to hearing chat sounds. I thought I had like ambient sounds on somehow, but not like regular sounds. But I guess it's working fine. Anyway, this is set number 2. The score is 1-1 because of that earlier walkover that's already been decided in favor of BornGo. The last set was won by LiT eSports to even it up 1-1. We'll be going into a plat match this time. I want to say, I think both of these players at one point, with the latter seasons the way they are, I'm not sure which season it was, but I'm pretty sure both of these guys hit Diamond at some point during the CTL season. I don't know if it was during the last ladder season or the ladder season that was actually before that. That was actually a season and not a 3-week intermittent weird thing. But this is a plat matchup because of the rules that we do have, allowing players to, actually get better during the season, which is the whole point of the CTL, and play at their original level, their original league. Zilifrom here going for an early Nexus first, or not Nexus first, he did have the gateway, but this is a really early expansion for our Protoss player here. Excloud, meanwhile, just have an initial gas, can make this initial Reaper, go from there. See what he wants to do. He is going to throw it in his own command center as well, so he's not going to be too far behind in the expansion. I think, did Zilifrom's probe? No, he actually just went down to... He went down to the bottom right base, then went to a watchtower, then went to the other watchtower, and now he's actually going to go scout out what's actually happening in his opponent's base now. Reactor coming down on this barracks here for our Terran player. The Reaper is going to run directly into the probe. It's not even the night. Oh, darn it, Ryan. Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna... Okay, totally didn't happen. It was only like 5 seconds. It's fine. Anyway, Reaper's going to get in the probe. It should be able to scout. Yeah, it does see the command center is there, so he knows that's there at least. He doesn't have to be super afraid of something really, really early crazy cheese or anything. He's just going to make an adept behind us and a mothership core to deal with the Reaper that's coming across. Well, never mind. I was going to say that the Reaper that's coming across, so the Reaper's actually going to go scout vertical first. I can't remember the spawn positions on Invader. I thought vertical was... wasn't possible anymore. I'm not sure. It's been long enough of me not playing that I don't actually know the spawns too well. The Reaper will get over there eventually, but by the time he does, he's not going to be able to get too much information in. He's basically just going to be killed off, and the mothership core and the adapter just sitting here patrolling and waiting for it to get across. So won't be able to get too much done in that regard. That's a lot of barracks. Okay, it's a factory. Okay. Just 2 more barracks in the factory. I thought it was 4 barracks. But it's going to be 2 more barracks, so up to 3, and then a factory. So pretty much just the general setup here for a Terran player. He's got 2 tech labs coming down, so he wants to get stem and combat shield at the same time, or even stem and concussive shells. But Reaper's going to get in, and while there's 2 adepts there, they're going to get chased down a little bit. He's going to get out, at least for now. So the Reaper will survive. So congrats, Reaper, you're still alive. Good for you. We're facility finishing up here for our Protoss player. He's got a Forge and a Twilight Council as well on the way. So he is just happily teching up. There's a tech lab coming out on this factory as well, so a lot of powerful units will be coming out here for excloud. Is that going to be for tanks? Is it going to be for Cyclone? Or I'm not sure why he made that. He doesn't have much in the way of minerals right now. He's pretty low in that regard. He did get these 2 guys pretty early. But he is getting everything set up that he wants to have set up. Starport has finished up here, so I can start pumping out some medevacs, but it's just a matter of how much money does excloud actually have. He hasn't actually started stem or combat shield, either one of them. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm not sure if he's just maybe a little afraid right now. He is playing a little bit blind. No scans have gone down to actually see what's coming his way. So he doesn't know if he's going to be facing against something early. Early DTs dropping in, or early drops of any kind, really. There's quite a few more gateways coming up here. 4 more gateways going to be coming up for our Protoss player. And he is getting the... what is it even called? I can't remember what it's called. The attack speed upgrade for Adepts here, as well as +1 attack for his Protoss units. So he's able to make a pretty powerful attack in some location. It doesn't look like he's going to be making a War Prism to try and go behind and deal with the fact that, hey, excloud has a bunch of tanks, or a bunch of turrets up here. excloud does scan, he does see all of these gateways coming up, so he knows that something is coming his way sometime soon. Is he going to actually make some bunkers or anything, or is he just going to be happy with the fact that he does have a tank up? The tank is pretty far away. I mean, it's really only covering this kind of back entrance, and that's really about all it's actually covering. Does he see that? No, he doesn't see. He doesn't quite see the observer there. Good placement by Zilifrom. Gateway's finishing up. There is actually a War Prism coming out, so... and a DT Shrine is up too, so that could be annoying, but again, with all of these turrets here in the main base, you should be able to react to this decently quickly enough to actually deal with it. The problem right now for excloud is the fact that his stem is still pretty darn far away. Did he see this coming some way? I don't think he did. He's kind of reacting like he saw something, but I think he's just splitting up his units a little bit. Still worried because he hasn't really seen too much of anything. He does see that the third Nexus is up. The Reaper is still over there, and it's going to be shooting away at that for a bit. Some DTs being morphed in here. Actually, those are all Adepts. Those aren't DTs at all. I can't expect them to be DTs. The DT Shrine just finished up, but it is just some Adepts. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to get done. It's 5 Adepts going up against a bunker and a lot of other units here, unless he's starting to just power up and attack if he wants to go that direction or not. Yeah, he's just massing a ton of Adepts right now. I guess the DT Shrine will be for later, before some Archons at some point. Oh, the Reaper is going to see this too. The Reaper knows this is coming now, so he can prepare for this pretty well. He can move this tank down, which would help a ton. He just hasn't done it just yet. He does have a medevac, so he can just scoop that on down whenever he wants to. There is an extra bunker here for excloud, so this is still going to be a very, very difficult push in. He's going to try and shade on in and get something done. He gets behind this. There's a little bit of a hole back there, but still, it's a lot of units here for our Terran player. That's just nothing but Adepts. With this stem, he should be okay. He needs to lift this supply up. He does that well. He's only on top of the tank, however. He's able to take that down. He does take down the bunker. The tank is going to go down. SCVs are trying to be over the repair. Another big warping of Adepts in the back here. Zilifrom's just going for this nice target there by excloud, taking down the Warp Prism. There's only a few Adepts left right now, but they have done quite a bit of damage. How many SCVs have they killed? Well, they only killed 5 SCVs, but he's killed a lot of the army here. Both players are losing a lot, but behind this, Zilifrom got his third base up. He has a third Nexus. He's switching over into Robotics Bay, another robo facility, so could possibly go for something silly like double Colossus, or he could just be going for wow, it blanking the other thing. This is what happens when you don't play the game for 3 months. Yeah, it's been 3 months. The other thing that comes from the robo facility, I'll figure it out eventually. Probably not. But anyway, big problem right now for excloud is the fact that he doesn't have a third base. He is loading up quite a bit into his medevacs here, and he wants to do some sort of a counter, but with the DT Shrine up already, that's going to be a nice, easy defense with those. He also has a Templar Archives on the way, so he can start going towards Storm. And where are these medevacs actually going to be going? Are they going to go for the third? It looks like he wants to go for just the third base here, but it's actually... Zilifrom is just making some immortals right now. Oh. I guess someone DC'd and had to be recovered here. Nextcloud actually, that DC happened to make him forget that he had these medevacs out here for a moment. I don't think I don't think Zilifrom saw that. Now the third base is going to be under fire here, and that's a lot of units that are still coming from behind. Some DTs rolling in. There isn't much back home right now. There's just a couple of units inside this bunker here. There is a turret up, so he just needs to get inside the bunker and maybe retreat with those SCVs towards that. Third Nexus does go down here, so excloud has killed that off at least, and he does have a really, really big army moving across the map right now. To scan forward to see what's in front of him, which really isn't much of anything. There isn't much left over right now for Zilifrom. excloud is going to be pushing in here, and with the support of these Liberators, should be okay. And Disruptor is the unit I was thinking of, and there's the first Disruptor is on the way. Not gonna get anything. Really nice pickup there by excloud. Nothing died at all, and now this Disruptor is under fire, and that's going to go down. And there's really not much left over, and Zilifrom is going to call the GG right there. So excloud will take set number 2, and LiT will go up 2-1 here in this best of 7 series. Our next set is going to be our first Diamond versus Diamond matchup, Shine KO versus Edmil. I'll be back in just a moment with that.